Dear students, let us know more about phylum Mollusca, general characters and classification. Molluscans are soft-bodied, shell-bearing animals distributed in marine habitats. So you know already these are you have seen in my last video chiton, dentalium, snails, slug, freshwater mussel, cowrie, pecten, conch, oyster, then squid, nautilus, octopus. What you can see, the main characteristic, all these are soft animals. They have majority of they have a, you will find they have calcareous shell, beautifully architectured calcareous shell you will able to see. So these soft bodied mollusca, they are covered with calcareous shell. They are mainly bilaterally symmetrical, unsegmented, true coelomate animals. All molluscans, they have a similar body plan with the three main parts in the body. The basic body parts are muscular foot. They have a muscular foot. They have the foot is modified depending on the different functions. Then the all vital organs of the body, digestive, circulatory, all these together form a mass called visceral mass. This visceral mass is covered by a flap of a skin like structure. You will find this is called a covering, it is called the mantle. Presence of the foot, visceral mass and the mantle, this is the basic body plan of all molluscans. So, how about the digestive system? Digestive system is a complete digestive system having a mouth, then a short esophagus, stomach, coiled intestine, rectum, and it opens in the anus in the excellent siphon. So it is also associated with the digestive glands, so you can see. So complete digestive system. The uniqueness about this digestive system, buccal cavity of the majority of mollusca, they have a tongue like structure which is beset with teeth and is a feeding device, rasping the food, that is called the radula. So it also works as a sensory device. It works similar to our tongue. So how about the circulatory system? Circulatory system similar to arthropoda, it is a open type. So ours, the human being, or else in the vertebrates, you will find it's a closed type. Closed type, the blood never flows into the tissue surface. It will be in the closed vessels. Artery, arterioles, then the capillaries. From the capillaries, oxygen diffused into the tissues. And you can see deoxygenated blood will be the carbon dioxide absorbed, and it is written back to the heart. It is through the veins. It's a closed system. In the open system, you will find the arteries and veins are present, capillaries are absent. Blood from the heart and pumped to the arteries and arterioles, and which drains the, the releases the blood to the tissue spaces, and the tissues are bathed with the blood in the case of open system. Heart here is 3 chambered. You will find a auricle and 2 ventricle. You can see 3 chambered heart, and it is encircled with the or else it is covered with a pericardium. So this blood is here is it is the respiratory pigment is copper containing respiratory pigment, it is hemocyanin. So it is the circulatory plan in the case of freshwater mussel. So the red vessels are all arteries, and blue one are the veins. So the arterioles, they are releasing the blood here in the foot region to the tissue surface, and that is get absorbed in the venous system. So this is what you will find in the case of freshwater mussel and in the mollusca in general. What about the respiratory organ? Majority are the aquatic forms, so gills, or it is called ctenidia. that is hanging in the mantle cavity. This is in the case of freshwater mussels. You can see there is the external gills and internal gills. So, this gill in the freshwater mussel, it is for respiration as well as food collection. It is a filter feeding device. Water enters through the inhalant siphon. The gills are bathed with the water, and the ciliary epithelia in the gills, they also collect the microorganisms, and it will be taken to the mouth for the digestion. So, then the respiratory gases that exchanged in the gill lamella. This is the lamellated gill you will find in the case of freshwater mussel. So, the gills are ctenidia for respiration, and these are provided with a special sensory organ called aspiridium, which sense the chemical quality of the water that is taken by the inhalant siphon for respiration. That is a unique sensory organ you will find. What about the nervous system? Nervous system comprises paired ganglia in 3 regions of the body. One is near the mouth. This is called cerebral ganglia, a pair of cerebral ganglia, or else the brain. In the foot region, you will find a pair of pedal ganglia. Then in the near the heart region, that is a pair of visceral ganglia. They are connected with the nerves, you can see. So, this is the nervous system in the case of mollusca. Next, how about the sensory system? Sensory system, eyes, well developed eyes, then the tentacle, tactile sensory organ. Then there is a statocyst in the foot. It is a balancing organ. It maintains the equilibrium while moving. Then there is a ospiridium we talked about already, that is present in the gills. These are the sensory organs. What about the excretory organs? Excretory organs, you will find the metanephridia. It is located. You will find this is the pericardium, where you can see the ciliated organ which absorbs nitrogenous waste and release it into the exhalant siphon. So, through the nephridiopore. So, this is called metanephridia. It is, you will find in the case of phylum Mollusca. So, what about the reproduction? The sexes are separate, but sexual dimorphism is not so well marked. You can't, it is easily male and female, distinguish male and female. This I have taken from a paper. You will see this is the male freshwater mussel, and this is the female freshwater mussel. So, the sexual reproduction, the development is indirect, with development having larval stages, trochophore larva and villager larva in the marine form, and in the case of freshwater mussel, it is called glochidium larva or glochidia is the larval form in the case of freshwater mussel. There are about 2 lakh species of phylum Mollusca classified into 7 classes. So, Monoplacophora, it is almost extinct. It is represented by a single form, it is called Neopilina galathea. Then Polyplacophora chitons, Gastropoda, the largest class, snails, slugs, cowries, conches, all this. Then the class Bivalvia, next to the Gastropoda, the another class, it is represented by the freshwater mussels, oysters and all. Then the class Scaphopoda, Dentalium, tusk shell, class Cephalopoda, squids, octopus, cuttlefish, the intelligent animals are present in this Cephalopoda. Then Aplacophora, shellless mollusca, worm-like molluscan Aplacophora. Let us study in detail. Class Polyplacophora, many shells. You will find 8 shells dorsally covering the chiton. So, these are marine forms. They are dorsoventrally flattened, and they are covered with overlapping 8 overlapping shells. Then the foot is like a sole like foot. It is bringing the creeping movement or else from the attachment with the rocks. Mouth in the anterior region, ventrally located, and gills in between the mantle and the foot. You will find in the, there is a groove where you will see the tripartite gills or ctenidia, and There is a sensory structure, the photosensor, you can see the aesthets, eyes are absent here. So that's why the radula helps in the scraping the algae, and as well as it acts as a special sensory organ which contains magnetite and in its teeth. So it can able to sense the home in the iron particles that is present on the its in its habitat or the home, the original home. It can get back, even though it get washed off along with the wave action, it get back to its original home or else on the rock where it is located, and with the help of this radula which has a magnetite, a magnetic sense you will find. With that, a special sensory organ you will find in the chitons. So these are Polyplacophora, many shells, overlapping shells. Next, Scaphopoda dentalium, tusk shell. Shell is like a tusk of elephant. This includes 350 species of bilaterally symmetrical worm-like burrowing forms. They are present inside these are burrowing. They are in the shallow bottom of the sea. They are burrowing, and they lives in the burrows like this. You can see this this portion of the shell, it is open to the water for the respiration purpose. They have a conical foot, and this is for burrowing purpose, for digging the purpose. The mouth is surrounded with the adhesive tentacles. You can see these are called captacula, which derive the food towards the mouth, also to catch the prey. So the radula is present to crush the prey. So the mantle wraps around the visceral mass, and they are fused and forming a tube-like structure. So that's why it is, you can see the tusk shell. The shell is like the tusk of elephant, dentalium. So next is the class Gastropoda, the largest class having more than 90,000 species. So this includes snails, apple snail, Pila globosa, the pond snail, Limnae. Then you will find the conches, cowries, conus. This is a conus. You will find the poisonous gastropoda. Then beautifully architectured shell you will find in the helios. You will find there are holes. You will find then shellless slug. All these you will find in the gastropoda. So these animals are marine or freshwater or terrestrial or parasitic, all in all habitats you will find. Gastropoda, they possess asymmetrical body. So the body during the development undergoes, there is a unique phenomena that is called torsion. Because of the torsion in the visceral area, so the shell also undergoes unique coiling, you will find during embryonic development. So more about this I will discuss separately in another class. So this is a important phenomena. You will find torsion. Because of this, they have a asymmetrical body. You will find both the mouth and the anus, they are in the same plane or in the same. You can see this is the mouth and this is the anus. So that is what you can see in the case of gastropoda. And the single shell, coiled shell you will find. This is the Zancus or the conches, coiled shell you will find. This is cowrie, internally coiled shell you will find in the cowrie. This is a limpet. This is the coiling is absent in this limpet. So the shell gastropoda spirally coiled, single shell, univalve. They are external shell, and shellless in the case of slugs. Respiration through the ctenidium. Then sexes are separate, and trochophore or villiger larva during development. So these are different types of shells. You will find varieties of beautifully architectured shells, externally coiled, internally coiled shells, in the shells with holes. you will find varieties of shells. You like to collect these shells when you go to the shore region. So this is class Gastropoda. Next class Pelecypoda. There are more than 30,000 species of Pelecypoda or bivalvia. Valve means shell. Two shells, you will find the body is covered with the two shells. So right and left shells. They may be equal here or they may be unequal in some species. So equal in the case of freshwater mussel. Can you see these are the freshwater mussel you will be able to find in the Tunga river. These Pelecypoda, they are also called, the foot is like a axe like foot, that is why it is the name Pelecypoda. The name bivalvia because of two shells you will find. Head cephalization, the eyes, tentacles, jaws, radula, all these are absent in this Pelecypoda because they are filter feeding animals. That is why all these important sensory structures are absent in this Pelecypoda. Foot is wedge shape, bringing creeping movement. Respiration you have seen Ctenidia. The feeding, filter feeding, I have said. So sexes are separate. Larval form, in the marine form it is called Trochophora villager, and in the freshwater form it is called Glochidium. So varieties of shells you will be able to see. You can see the shells of bivalvia. So next another class Cephalopoda, the most intelligent, most mobile and the largest mollusca, largest invertebrata, that is you will find in the one variety of squid. So that is what you can see, the class Cephalopoda. Class Cephalopoda is I am going to deal in a separate class because you have to study about the varieties and diversities of class Cephalopoda. It is a unique class, that is why just here it is a bilaterally symmetrical animals. Body is divided into head and the trunk region. Shell is reduced or absent in the case of octopus, or else internal shell in the case of squid, it is located internally here, internal shell, or else external chambered shell you will find in the case of nautilus. So different varieties you will find. Foot is in Cephalopoda modified into arms. You can see these arms are modified foot. Here you can see these arms, you will find the arms here. They are modified into arms with or without sucker. They are without sucker in the case of nautilus. They have a very strong suckers you will find in the case of octopus. So the mouth bears the jaws and the radula. So there are about more than 800 species of Cephalopoda. More about we will discuss in a separate class. Then the class Aplacophora, there are about 350 species of worm shaped marine mollusca. They lack shells. They are benthic form, they are found in the bottom, lying in the between the region seashore and the continental shelf. So these worm like mollusca, they covered with the spicules, sharp needle like calcareous projections. So the body shapes varies, spherical to elongated or worm like, you can see. So this is Pneumania, it is called as, this is the Solenogaster. They are about 2 to 5 centimeter or sometimes larger than this you will find. So the Aplacophora, they are spiny with the spicules, the smooth or rough in surface. The head is poorly developed here. These are Aplacophora. Then the last class Monoplacophora, you will find these are almost extinct. Recently one form is discovered, that is the limpet like Neopelina galatea. So these are bilaterally symmetrical and unique. This is the connecting link between mollusca and annelida, because you will find metamerically arrangements of the organs. So that is what you can, serially arrangements of the gills and nephridia, what you see the serial arrangement. So, that indicates the metamerical organization. You will find in the case of class Monoplacophora, it is represented by a single species Neopilina galatea. So, this is about the general characters and classification of phylum Mollusca. Thank you.